Hello and welcome to this episode of Mystic Maintenance. I'm so excited. Today we have Juan. I'm a big fan. So Juan is just an overall amazing human, but also cosplay artist. And your character, Miss Clementine Stan. We're going to put a picture up here for everyone to see, but tell us a little bit about yourself and how you know, who you are, what you do.
Yeah, of course. So, hola cholas. My name is Juan Marcos. I'm so nervous. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm a community health worker for Cultiva Central Valley. We're a local organization that promotes health equity, and we also uplift Latinos and agricultural workers in the Central Valley. And on top of that, I'm Hungry Homo. You can follow me at Hungry Homosexual if you want, but I am a cosplayer that is really into blurring the lines of femininity and masculinity and just having a good old time and giving people oranges and cake. So yeah, that's who I am, and thank you guys so much for inviting me to your space. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say, when I saw your cosplay handle, I died. I'm like, that is so clever. That is so cute. I love that when you filled out the form, you knew your big three. So you knew that you were a Cancer sun, a Libra moon, just like me, and a Virgo rising. So yeah.
Are we twinsies in that aspect?
We're twinsies in our moon, which is why we get along. Immediately, I was like, I like this person.
I love the moon. The moon, honestly, because my grandma was a bruja, especially growing up, it was very interesting to hear her perspective on spirits and the mystics and whatnot. So she always used to tell me that the moon was a very mysterious lady, and so I've always respected that mysteriousness. So anybody else that respects it, lots of love for them.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I hope to make the brujas proud in this new age stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to jump right in. Have you ever gotten your chart read before?
No, actually. I even told you when we first started, I looked at it, I'm like, ooh, I'm scared because it looks crazy and I know I'm crazy, so I'm really excited to look at it.
There's a lot of positive aspects here, which I'm basically just going to stand all over you this episode. But
okay, that's good.
So the first thing that I picked up on was just how much of a caring, charismatic person you were. And I feel like that comes from your Cancer sun. And Cancers are also affiliated with the moon because that is their ruling body. So it's very interesting that you also have this love for the moon as a Cancer person.
Yeah.
And you just have this big heart. I mean, the fact that you work in nonprofits, you could work in for-profits, but you chose not to, right? Because you have this big heart for the community. I thought that was so beautiful. And then, Libra moon, twinsies. I just feel like wherever I've seen you, because I've seen you in a few settings, you just fit in so well, and you're so down to earth and can gel with anyone. That's the Libra-ness, the social aspect. Yeah. But then, I mean, we could talk about anything, even serious topics, and that's where I feel like your Virgo rising comes in. So your rising sign is at Eastern horizon when you were born, and that piece of the sky is ruled by Virgo, and that also controls sort of how you view the world, how you see your place in the world. So you're very logical, you can be very grounded, and also you want to make the world a better place. With Virgo, the virgin energy, sort of I want to help make things better, sort of having that idealistic view. I could see how you're we can make this world a better place.
I love that because honestly, and it's my I call her my boss, but she really feels more like a coworker. It's my coworker Claudia Corchado says, we're just trying to save the world. And that's how I feel most of the time. And I know I can't. Obviously, I want to help everybody, but I can't. So I do what I can. And I guess that's just the logical side of me, I guess, that wants to, save everyone, but also be reasonable. And everything you just said, it just made me feel some type of way. So thank you.
Oh, yeah. Well, Virgo is very organizational, and you're a community organizer, which I think is so interesting. But you also organized the zombie bike run. What was it?
Oh, so Cultiva Central Valley, my organization, we host an annual zombie bike ride. We host it here in Merced, and it's a 10-mile bike ride on Bear Creek where you dress up as zombies and you invite your family or you invite your kids, nephews, whatever kids you have to come and just do something healthy. We do it just essentially to promote healthy living, to let people know that, hey, there's other things you can do that are healthy other than just walking. We have all these creeks. And then we also use that event to kind of determine what needs to be worked on coordination-wise for us internally, and also what needs to be worked on for the city infrastructure-wise. I have a lot of fun with it, and I'm not going to lie, it's something that I'm proud of, but the only reason why I could do it is thanks to the wonderful work of Claudio Corchado, David Frausto, Anabel Serna, and Randu Terrazas, all my coworkers at Cultiva Central Valley. So I love you guys.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. You definitely have it in you to like organize for a bigger cause. One of the things, this might sound a little weird, but that like attracted me the most to you, which I was like, I need to be this person's friend. You have your Black Moon Lilith, which is not a physical thing. It's a geometric point in the sky that makes you sexy. It makes you attractive. And it's like, not even in the romantic sense, but it's like what makes people sort of like moth to a flame to you. You have that in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is very intellectual and also very like fiery. So I was like, I want to pick this person's brain. I want to talk for hours. I was like, we need to be friends. Add me on Instagram. So yeah, a lot of people are attracted to just like the way that you're not scared to express yourself and your ideas and your opinions.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. First things first, thank you for calling me sexy. Everybody loves to be called sexy.
Absolutely.
And then like, it's very flattering to hear that. I just want to have a good time, and I want other people to have a good time. I don't think you should be scared to really show who you are, because rent is too damn high, our bills are too damn high to be worrying about, I need to act this way or that way. So just be yourself and be genuine, because otherwise you're going to regret it. So
yeah, absolutely. And you also have a little bit of like this unapologeticness to you, to where I feel like you're kind, but you could put someone in their place. Yeah. Especially if they're stepping on like something that you care about, where you're like, oh, that's not going to fly. And you have your Mars in Scorpio. So Scorpio is like the scorpion, the stinger. They don't expend energy when they don't need to. Like, they're not going to pick unnecessary fights, but the fights that are worth it, they're definitely going to go after. Yeah. And they also are a water sign, very intuitive, but they're also ruled by Pluto. So they can sort of like go to the depths of things that are just not like pleasant to see. You say that you work with like marginalized communities. It's not pleasant to see people getting stepped on, their rights being violated, but you're not scared to sort of like be like, hey, we have to do something about this. We have to talk about this. So that's definitely your Scorpio Mars coming through.
That is so fascinating that you can, and I hope you put a picture up of this.
Yes, I will.
Like that you can get all of that from all these lines and all these symbols, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, huh? That's crazy. It
looks like random squiggles and stuff. So yeah, it's very interesting. You know, after studying for so long, I've been doing this for like 5+ years, that I could just like pick all these things in here. But on another side of Mars is also sexuality and sex drive as well, and like sexual aggression. What is your relationship status right now?
So I'm currently single. I'm very happily single, because like my grandma used to say, I don't want no damn man in my house.
Yes.
So like I've been enjoying it, but you know, as you get older, you get a little lonely, and I've been exploring, you know, interacting with the menses, and I feel so bad because I didn't realize how crazy they were and how crazy I am until I had to kick a man out of my house one night. So it's just, I feel for anybody that's in the dating scene right now. Thoughts and prayers.
Oh my God. Was it recently, like within the last month?
It was like a month or two ago. Now, granted, it was my fault because, you know, as a young homosexual, and we've all been there, ladies, we've been there. Sometimes, you know, the guy's cute and like, you ignore the red flags, or you see the red flag and you're like, red is my favorite color. And it was very that. He showed up to my house intoxicated, and one thing led to another, and I woke up all my neighbors, and then I woke up my roommate because I was kicking him out. My roommate actually said that he heard me scream, "Go pee and get the F out of my house," because I'm a good host. I'm gonna let him pee still. So, but yeah, never again.
I love that Cancer Scorpio duality. I'm gonna take care of you, but then you have to fucking go.
Yeah, and then I'll show you after the interview. But there's some voicemails that he sent, and then he made me just go crazy. And it's just, moral of the story is, no man is worth it. Just go and take a nap. Eat some avocado toast.
Yes, absolutely. Something interesting with Mars and Scorpio, and if this is too TMI, we can move on. Yeah. But they are more willing than most people to go into like BDSM and sort of like explore their like freak side. So yeah, definitely. Just be careful. Always make sure, you know, they're gonna respect you and stuff. But yeah, you can definitely go to like some sort of like sexual extremes and like really see like what does pleasure look like to me. So that's very interesting.
Can I share some tea with you?
Absolutely. We love tea here, especially because I'm fucking freezing in the studio.
Oh my god. So when I was younger, and like this was like really young, and I don't say this to like brag or anything like that, because I'm in a much better place now, but I say it because you have to look back at it and laugh. But when I was younger and I was paying for college, I used to be a sugar baby. And so I used to go out with older men, and they would pay for my time. And luckily for me, I've always said I'm a very privileged person. Whether it be for like my skin color, or whether it be for like, you know, the opportunities I've gotten. None of these men ever wanted to do anything physical, but it was always very fascinating what they wanted me to do, because I'm a cosplayer. And so I would never do anything physical, but they would literally make me have dinner with them just as like clowns, or like their favorite cartoon character, or their favorite anime character. So nothing inherently like sexual, but also very weird vibes. And you just saying that just like triggered that memory for me. And I would get paid. I paid for 2 semesters of college for it. So if you can do it while you're still young.
Oh my God. So many interesting things in your chart make sense with that, because again, Black Moon Lilith, sex appeal to further like your college education, because one, Sagittarius is the philosopher of the zodiac sign, the intellectual of the zodiac sign, but also your Black Moon Lilith and the Sagittarius energy is in your 3rd house of education. Yeah. So using your sex appeal to further your education. Yeah. Fascinating. Also, you have Jupiter and Saturn in your 8th house of other people's money. So the fact that you can attract other people's money to you is something that you're naturally born with. You know, whether it was back then sugar babying, or now in the nonprofit world, like being able to pitch an idea and be like, this is why you should give me money to help the community. Like, you are not necessarily a chaser. You're an organizer, but also an attractor with that energy. So that is so fascinating to see that manifested.
It's so funny sometimes too. Oh, I'm sorry, I spit it.
No, you're good.
It's so funny sometimes too, because like I guess that's the privilege of being like white and like being young and like pretty and even skinny. Because like I'll literally just be sitting with my friends, and then someone's just like, oh, I'll buy you a drink. And I'm like, oh, you should buy me and my friends a drink. And then they'll buy us all drinks. And I'm like, okay, thank you. And then I'll give them a hug and then never speak to them again. But then I don't get any repercussions for that, unlike other people. And it's so fascinating, because I'm like, thank you for your money, but you didn't have to do that. But I'm still going to take it.
Yeah. We love a generous queen.
I'll accept it. Listen, I got bills to pay, so I'll accept anything for free.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's definitely something that you're going to use to your advantage. In all areas of your life, you can manifest and use other people's money for good, not just selfishly, even though you do deserve a nice treat. But like, you can definitely be like, I know how to manage your money better than you. Let me tell you why you should give me your money, and you would have the privilege of giving me your money. Right.
Buying me expensive things is going to benefit you in the long run. So just buy it for me.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, I love this. Okay, amazing. We also have your Mercury and your North Node in Leo. So the way that you speak, you can definitely like command a room. Like the fact that you are nervous for this, I'm like, really? But
I'm still nervous actually.
Oh no.
No, but I'm having fun. I promise you, I'm having fun.
When you're in your element, you can definitely like, you know, command a room with just your voice, and you're just like so eloquent and put together, but you also know how to like make an impact when it's like, we gotta talk about this. So that's definitely like your Leo Mercury shining through. But this is also in your 11th house of like friends, networking, social causes. So this is also maybe why you're so magnetic, because it's people are like, I want to listen to what you have to say. And as soon as you opened your mouth, I'm like, oh, I like this person. So I'm just standing all over
I love you this
episode. But and then in terms of your Venus is in your 12th house of the subconscious. Venus is love, obviously, and also beauty and art and things like that. I know that you know, being young, happily single, that's great. But eventually, if and when you do want to settle down with a partner, they have to make logical sense for your life, first and foremost, but they also have to earn your trust.
Yeah.
And they have to be down to earth. Like, I feel like if you saw someone being like, you know, a show off or like rude to like the wait staff or something like that, you'd be like, oh, that won't fly with me. Yeah.
Yeah, especially because it's just like, I was at that point. I was a wait staff, and so like there's really no point. Also, and this is something that I learned about myself, especially as I've explored love. Because just because I'm happily single, that doesn't mean that I don't get lonely like everybody else. Everybody else does. But as I've explored, you know, love and like what I want, I've realized that I don't like people who aren't attempting to be themselves authentically. And a lot of people aren't, because unfortunately, for whatever reason, especially in the community that I'm in, we're so desperate to find that companionship that rather than work on ourselves as a person and find the right person, we'll just throw ourselves at someone and then make our problems their problems. And that's something that I've always wanted to avoid. And so while it does get lonely at times, I want somebody who is genuine and is going to appreciate me and is going to be devoted to me, because that's what we all want. We want somebody that will worship us.
Absolutely.
You know. And as the emotional, you know, Cancer that I am, I want to be worshipped. I don't think that's unreasonable. It sounds like a lot for people, but if I'm going to love that person, and if I'm going to give myself to that person, I'm going to love myself, and I'm going to want the best for myself.
I love that because so many people come to me and they're like, my baby daddy cheated on me 27 times. Is he finally going to be loyal? And it's like, no, love yourself first. So I'm glad you already have that within you.
Yeah, well, and then here's the thing. I'm telling you guys these things, but just recently, especially with somebody who I'm very close with, I wasn't following those things. Like, you know, we had a falling out and, you know, we had issues and I wasn't showing myself respect. You know, it's very easy to tell yourself those things, but in the moment, especially when you're dealing with the pressure and you're not used to those feelings, you tend to falter. And a lot of people, especially when they falter in that emotion or in that love sense, they're really hard on themselves. And rather than growing from that, they just bash. And then they become those lonely people that are like, I gotta find someone to cure this pain. Like, give yourself the credit and acknowledge that whatever you're going through hurts and that you can falter, but you still have to go back to your main focus and your values at the end of the day. And my value was, I'm gonna love myself still, whether I'm alone or not. And I went back to that and I feel so much better.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love that you're doing that for yourself and you're taking care of yourself. A final point, this is like as deep as I'm gonna go in like the mushy emotional stuff. But you have Chiron. Chiron is an asteroid that represents like the wounded healer, sort of like the most wounded parts of ourselves that we learn to overcome. It's specifically in Scorpio in the 3rd house. And when I see this, I usually see people that have like a little bit of a chip on their shoulder in terms of like maybe their intellect or like their worth. I feel like especially as people of color, sometimes like we may have adverse experiences in our childhood where like maybe someone that is not of our same community looks down and is like, you're a dumb, you know, insert your background, like what do you know? Did you have any experiences like that when you were younger where you were like, this is why education is important and I have to prove myself?
Yeah, of course. I mean, here's what I will say. I'll give you the shortened version. Like, parents, you know, were drug addicts, you know, was adopted into a family. One adopted family, certain family members at first referred to me as a bastard child, you know, to my face. Como se dice, homosexual, you know, dealt with homelessness, you know, mental illness, you know. But there's a whole story and there's a list of it, of what I've went through. But at the end of the day, like, I look at those things as like positives now, in the sense of like, okay, I can use those experiences now to really influence the work that I do with, you know, stepchildren or people or LGBT youth that are experiencing homelessness, or, you know, migrant workers, or, you know, children of migrant workers who are now displaced because, you know, their parents were deported. Like, there are so many things that I use like all my traumas for. And so wounded healer, it makes a lot of sense, but a lot of nonprofit workers or a lot of health workers are wounded healers. That's why we go into what we do.
Yeah, I think I saw a fascinating study that was like that average nonprofit worker has like 5 ACEs or something.
Oh my God. So for those of you that don't know, adverse childhood experiences are ACEs, and 5 ACEs, you said.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
And I think there's only like 8 or 10 or something. So it's like they have a lot, and that's why they want to go into this work, because they have personal experiences with it.
We took the test because we were working with a great organization here in Merced called Aces Overcomer. And we were taking the test to check our aces and see like how many we had. And I remember me and my coworker taking them, and then like we were telling each other like, we have a lot of these. We're getting a lot of points on these. This is a good thing. Are we passing?
Is that a bingo card?
Yeah. Well, I won. So yeah.
Well, some positive news. So we've had Pluto, a planet of just like transformation and honestly a lot of harsh bullshit, like tear ourselves down to bring ourselves back up, going through Capricorn since 2008, and it just left into Aquarius, and that was going through your fourth house of family, upbringing, literally where you come from. Yeah. So I could see how you had a lot of that transformation, because in 2008 you were like what, 8-9 years old, something like that.
8-9 years old.
Yeah. So from little you to now, like just overcoming like, this is like my family, this is where I come from, but that chapter's over. I'm learning to like love and appreciate myself and accept like, these are my humble beginnings, but this is who I've become from that. So I'm excited because now Pluto is going into your fifth house of pleasures. So that could be casual dating, casual sex, also hobbies like your cosplay, your creative endeavors, just fun time with friends. So for the next 20 years, because Pluto's going to be in Aquarius until 2044, it's going to be a transformation of like, what does free time look like to me? What does like not struggling look like to me? How can I build like this fun life for myself? So I'm so excited for the next 20 years.
I'm really excited too, because like I feel that we as like people mentally, when we look at ourselves, we picture ourselves at like a certain age, or like however we view ourselves the most. And so I remember the other day I was viewing myself and I was like, whoa, I picture myself in this moment, and I see it as me viewing myself as like the best version. So because I'm at my best, at least for now, I'm so excited for where I'm going to go in the future. I feel more attractive, I feel more happy, I feel, especially now that I'm cosplaying, like at my best. So there's only potential moving forward, and there's only just like promise. So anybody that's feeling down, or anybody that is like feeling lost, well, like she said, like things are looking up for a lot of people that are in my shoes. So just look at the positive.
Yeah, absolutely. I am so excited for you. However, the next few months we are going to be filled with retrograde. So I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about Mercury retrograde. So Mercury retrograde is a very infamous time for exes to rise up from the dead. And I know you just had to kick an hombre out of your house. Yeah. So I would not be surprised if they DM you and are like, hey, you up? You forgive me?
Funny thing about that, when Trump won, sorry for anybody that follows Trump or supports him on this podcast. Like, I appreciate you supporting my friend Jen, but I just don't, only because he goes against my rights and my sisters, my trans sisters. But anyways, so one of the reasons why he got kicked out was because he's a Trump supporter, and he started bashing my job. And he started saying like, oh, your job is useless. Why do you need to translate for, Hispanic people or Mexican people? Like, we have translators on our phone. And I told him to calm down, and he didn't. So that's why he got kicked out. So when Trump won, he came out of the woodworks and he started bragging and saying, oh, good luck. Like, I hope you find a new job because he's going to take it away.
Oh, wow.
Didn't respond, but I blocked him. But since then, he's been popping up. So like, it makes me scared that you say that.
Oh my gosh.
Because he's not even an ex.
Ugh. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, just be careful. Sometimes, and I've said this a lot, like sometimes we can be that ex that are like, hey, you up, and then just play with people's emotions. You don't strike me as that type of person because you are a Cancer sun. So I would be more worried about people like coming after you and being like, hey, forgive me, give me another chance, or just one last time. So yeah, definitely don't fall for it during this time. Luckily, Mercury retrograde will be over by January 2nd.
Yeah. I just remember, girl, like there are a lot of red flags, but red is my favorite color. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yes. And then after that, or I guess during that time, not just exes, but just all communication kind of goes sideways. Mercury is retrograding in your third house, and specifically it's touching a point called the IC, which is like the root, can also represent family. So basically, this whole retrograde, just be on your P's and Q's. People might want to test you, but I feel like when we have this astral knowledge, we kind of have to be the bigger person of like, okay, I know it's just Mercury fucking with you. If this persists after January, then we have a real problem. But otherwise, it's like picking and choosing your battles and your energy.
Yeah, I think that phrase you just said, picking and choosing your battles, is going to be something that's going to be the most important, not just for me, but anybody else whose chart is similar to mine.
Yeah.
With being the emotional creatures we are, and like being crazy, we have to be very careful on what we choose to fight for and what we don't.
Yeah.
And I say this joking. Recently, I was having an issue with somebody, and he hung up on me. And so, me being the crazy person, I could have said, "Oh, he hung up on me. He needs his space." And I turned to my roommate and I told him, "Oh, he hung up on me. He must really want to see me at his house." And then I went to his house. It's not worth it. Pick and choose your battles. Don't go to his house. Don't go to his work and embarrass him and get him fired. Leave that man or woman alone. Pick and choose.
Yes, especially during retrograde. After retrograde, the choice is yours. Yeah. But during retrograde, do not advise.
We all get a little crazy.
Yes, yes. And then, interestingly enough, we also have a Mars retrograde coming up. Random question. Are you planning on getting any body mods, tattoos, piercings, Botox?
I was going to get my ears pierced, and I was going to get a moon and a star for my sisters tattooed on my chest.
Cute. I would highly recommend to wait until the second half of 2025 because Mars rules steel, and when things are retrograde, it's wonky. So like the placement could be bad, things could be misspelled. Like that's just my little advice. You do what you want. But like if I was gonna get a cosmetic procedure, like an optional cosmetic procedure, I would probably do it like June or after.
I was just gonna get a giant upside down middle finger on my forehead and over my nose, so I'll wait on that. I want it perfect.
Yes, you want it perfect. You don't want a crooked finger.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be like slanted this way. Thank you.
But also with Mars retrograde, there's a lot of anger. A lot of people are like faster to be angry. This is going through your 11th house of like network, social causes, but it also retrogrades back into your 10th house of career. I don't see you necessarily popping off at work because I see the love that you have at work. But what might happen, because in January, we know a lot of new laws are coming into effect. Like there's a new administration. I could see you just more angry for your social causes and like any new barriers that come through. So keep fighting the good fight, but just like don't beat yourself up if we get these like enormous obstacles in terms of work.
Yeah, everything's gonna be okay. We just gotta chill out, eat a cookie and chill out, bro. Like that's what we all have to do. So we're gonna get through this, and we just gotta show each other love and support, and take care of our people. Like my friend Moses always says, you got to double down on everything, including your relationships. So just double down and double do and diet do.
And then finally, we have, unfortunately, so many personal planet retrogrades back to back. The final retrograde, I know. It's basically the first half of 2025. We just have to be in like hermit mode and like chill out and sort of like...
It's very like...
Yes.
Like that. It's crazy.
Just sort of like stick to your lane, mind your business, and you'll be fine for the first half of 2025.
No, I'm a chismosa. Don't tell me to mind my business.
But we have a Venus retrograde, unfortunately hitting you right in the jaw in the 7th house of partnerships, and specifically through your descendant, which is like one of the most critical points for partnerships. So I don't know if you were looking to date seriously anytime soon, or if you're still kind of having fun. But I would say like serious dating will come the second half of 2025. The first half of 2025, I think, would be a little more lighthearted.
I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it just chill. We're just going to stay homies, whoever comes to my house, and like have fun. We're not going to do anything cool. We're going to keep our socks on, because that ain't gay if we keep our socks on. And then after, once we really get comfortable in the second half of 2025, we'll take our socks off, because it ain't gay fool if the socks are on.
Hold toes.
Yeah. Keep the sunglasses on. I ain't gay, bro. So I'll definitely keep that in consideration. I just definitely don't want to push anything and deal with anyone crazy in my house. I already kicked somebody out. I don't want to do it again. So I will definitely take it slow and not be a little puerca sucia. I'll be nice. Yeah.
Or if you do, maybe like not at your house. Keep your house your sanctuary, especially during Mercury retrograde, because I forgot to say what IC is. It can represent your home, your upbringing, things like that. Like you're going to need your home to be your peace. So just be very careful with who you invite into your home during Mercury retrograde, which is going to end January 2nd. So basically like for the holidays right now, for the winter.
Thank God,
Yeah.
because it is too damn cold. Like, I am too tired to be inviting anybody in my house. So if you want to come over, sorry, there's some bushes, there's a park in the back. Like, go get a blanket.
Oh my gosh, no, remember, you could wield people's money. Like, get me that nice 5-star hotel, the one that comes with bathrobes and slippers. Like, it is worth it for you to pay to host me.
See, but then that's too much work because then there's expectation, and half the time I'll end up going, and then I'll make them feed me, and then I'll make them wine and dine me, and then I'll end up taking a nap. It's terrible. Like, they don't get anything out of it, so I'll just stay home.
What do you mean they don't get anything out of it? They get your presence, they get your companionship.
No,
Yeah.
I just eat all their food. I spend all their money. They're at least expecting like a kiss. I'm like, no, I'm out. Like, it's already 8 p.m. I'm done.
It's my bedtime.
Yeah. My like curlers are on, like my bathrobe is on. I'm done. Oh my God.
Yes, but overall,
Yeah.
like 2025 looks like it's gonna be good, and yeah, you're just a great person, and I know that you're going to make your life a beautiful life with each year, each level up that you get. You always learn it from everything, and yeah, you're gonna build a nice life. So I'm not too worried about you. Just maybe a little bit of interpersonal stuff in the first half of 2025.
I appreciate you saying all these nice things. It really feels nice, and like I want to give you the credit, and I want to give you the gratitude for inviting me on and like telling me all these nice things. Because this year, especially this last half of the year, it was very like it was very much a process of me realizing all the negative things that I have, and like all the negative attributes and the things I have to work on. And I have been working on them as of recently. And so to not only hear you say these things, but other people around me say like, oh, you're being a nicer person, or like you're making more of an effort to like be more understanding or empathetic, it makes me feel some type of way, you know, because just hearing that my life is not only going to get better, but you know, I'm getting better as a person, it makes me more excited for my loved ones, because I don't want to, you know, mistreat them or make them feel bad because I'm feeling insecure some type of way, or things are going, you know, bad in my life. So all I can hope for is more happiness for me, because then everyone else will be happy, because you don't want no diva like me to be upset or pissed, because then you'll really feel it. So yeah, thank you, I appreciate you.
Yeah, so I also, on top of astrology, I also do tarot. So
Ooh.
I would like to pull some cards for you if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So we're done with the astrology. Now let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's see what message we have. Have you ever gotten a tarot reading?
Yes. One of your guests, actually, her name is Vanna.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, she's my really close friend. I love her. By the way, go support her business. She makes a lot of the perfumes I wear for my orange costume.
Oh, nice.
She read my cards when we were in Salem, Massachusetts, and she gave me a really great reading, and I really appreciated it because, like you, she was just very loving and very kind. So
to get your cards read in Salem, and also just by Vanna, period, like, what a magical experience. That's amazing.
I love her so much. We used to live with each other when I was 18 and she was 18, and like there are videos of us like with like 10 McDonald's straws like connected together, drinking out of a watermelon from like different couches because we were too lazy to get up. It's one of the funniest things.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah. We had to move out though because we both got each other fat. What were you gonna say? I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. I want to keep hearing about you and Vanna. I was gonna say I am freezing in this studio, but I'm trying to make it work. So I apologize that at this point I'm like shivering.
No, fine.
But I am almost done. Okay, we got 2 affirmations for you. So
I'm excited.
I will show these, but also make them bigger. But first we have the 2 of Pentacles, followed by the 9 of Cups, followed by the Fool. So this is saying that you are learning to bring more balance into your life and working to sort of manifest the ideal version of your life to where you're finally going to feel like emotionally fulfilled, happy, content, and whatever you see your path needs to be to bring more of that balance, definitely don't be afraid to start on that path. So if you've had an idea of like, I want to try this, or I want to take this new approach to this, like, you have luck on your side to do any of those new endeavors. For your shadow work, we have hiding your true self, which we've talked about. You're stepping more into your light, your authenticity. So you're working on overcoming the feeling of, I want to dim my own light. I want to hide myself. So that's what you're still working through, but you're doing a great job at it. And then interesting, because we are in basically the end of 2024, make a vision board is the self-care suggestion for you. I made a vision board in 2024 and I think I achieved like 90% of it. Have you ever made a vision board?
No, honestly, not for myself personally. I've made them for like work, but no, I've never done it personally. I would probably ask you for help. So yeah, I'm excited to make one.
Yeah, they're really fun. Yeah, you should. And then just having it somewhere where you could see it every day and sort of remember, like, these are my goals. This is what I want to do. And they don't necessarily have to be like money oriented or anything, but it's like, I want to spend more time with friends. I want to go to, Anime Expo or whatever it is. Like, just having that and like, this is what I want to achieve in 2025 makes it easier for it to like sink into your subconscious and for you to manifest it.
Okay.
And then finally, we have 2 affirmations. The first one, I am free. I release myself from the thoughts and feelings that have held me back. Any guilt, shame, embarrassment, self-doubt, and fear that I harbor, I release. I am free today. Which, like we said, you're working towards just releasing anything that doesn't serve you so that you can live your best life. And then I am whole. I am perfectly created. I am a wonderfully unique individual. Every lesson I have learned, every risk I have taken, and every achievement I have made contributed to who I am. Because of that, I am whole. And I mean, I've just basically been a stan this whole episode. So, I mean, yeah, you are an amazing human. I'm sure the people watching this will be like, wow, you are an amazing human.
Thank you.
And yeah, we just wish you love and success moving forward into 2025.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And if you can wish me a cognac combo with extra toast and like half cut sweet tea and half cut like lemonade too, I would appreciate that as well because I'm hungry. But yeah, I had so much fun coming on to here, and these 2 cards especially. I almost got very emotional just listening to you speak, because this is what I've really been trying to remind myself as a lot recently. I had a moment where I felt that I was losing my self-worth and my self-respect. And then I had to immediately, nope, I'm not dealing with it. I had to tell myself that. So I crash course like the grieving and like trauma process of it. And because I've just learned that like I would rather do that than wallow in the pain. And this is where I'm at right now. Like truly just telling myself that I'm feeling better. So thank you.
Amazing. Yeah. In 2025, do you have any plans for Miss Clementine and your cosplay or anything fun on the horizon?
Well, Miss Clementine officially, this was the year of the orange of Miss Clementine, but she's going to take a break now because I wore her a little too much. A lot of liquor was spilled on her. A lot of glitter. A broken heel. I'll send you the picture later.
Yes.
But now I'm working on a new cosplay. I was really inspired by a recent traumatic event that I was going through. So I decided that I wanted to be powerful. I commissioned a lion head to be made. So it's a lion's mane with ears and like everything. And I'm going to paint my face gold, my entire body gold, do lion's makeup. And then I'm making armor out of paper and wooden beads. And the paper is going to be love notes that not only I have written to people, but love notes that other people are donating to me. And the whole concept is based off of a paladin or a holy warrior. Paladins are warriors that use their holy light to not only like defend, but heal their party. But I'm going to use the power of just like love and like broken promises and like crushed, dreams to build something beautiful and something bright. But essentially driving back like the darkness. I'm inspired a lot by WoW and Baldur's Gate. So if you play those games, you'll understand like it's going to be really like armor and like futuristic and warrior and barbarian. Not feminine. It's going to be very masculine actually.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
A big opposite to Miss Clementine.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm either going to wear a muscle suit or if my gym progress is paying off, I'm going to go fully nude and you're only going to see the armor and like gold body paint all over it. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Oh wow, that's amazing. Where are you gonna debut your new character? Are you going to a con or something?
I would like to go back to, because I'm going to Las Vegas for New Year's this New Year's. I would like to go to Las Vegas and debut it out there and take pictures with Vanna and our friends in the desert. So yeah.
Oh, that would be so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Are you gonna post pictures on your socials, specifically at Hungry Homosexual?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Anything you guys want, if you guys would like for me to make you anything, or if you see a piece that I wear that you would like, let me know. You can contact me. I'm all about recycling cosplay, so I would rather give it to somebody or sell it to someone than throw it away. So anything I can do to help you guys, let me know.
Yes, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time. I was really excited to do this session with you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for trusting me.
Can I give you a hug really first?
Absolutely.
I appreciate you making this such a safe space. And even if you just watch my episode, which I hope you don't, I hope you watch all of them, like, just know that this is a really safe space. We're here to be silly, and we're here to provide a really good time. We're all going to need it. So let's make this our safe space. Let's be cool about it.
Yes, absolutely. Aw, thank you so much. All right, thanks everyone for tuning in. See you next time. Bye.
Bye, cholas.